Item Number SCP-2456. Object Class Keter. Special Containment Procedures. Due to the mimetic nature of SCP-2456, as well as the high number of suspected infected individuals, complete containment of SCP-2456 is not physically possible with current Foundation technology. Foundation research is currently developing thematic methods of neutralizing all SCP-2456 instances in the wild. Access to any manuscripts documenting past 2456-A instances is limited to Level 3+ personnel currently involved in Project Montague. While active Alpha instances are rare in the wild, 2456 is categorized as a Class 3 mimetic hazard and is considered a high priority. Web crawler GH739U is set to scan for any keywords related to 2456-1 on various social media sites, cult databases, and domains. Once identified, Alpha instances are to be retrieved by suitable field agents and brought to Site-33. A-instances under research must be kept in a Class 3 MKHC, or Mimetic Kill Zone holding chamber. All testing with active SCP-2456 instances has been halted. Testing is limited to the A-state of 2456 and must be under the oversight of Level 4 personnel. Under no circumstances should two active A-instances ever be introduced to one another. In the case of a breach, Site-33 is to initiate lockdown procedures, and Class 3 mimetic kill agents will be dispensed throughout the facility. If SCP-2456 reaches epidemic levels, the use of Protocol MOBAB in its final or prototype form is pre-approved. Mobile Task Force Salt Sours is assigned to handle cleanup of the aftermath, in addition to managing total suppression of media. Description: SCP-2456 is believed to be a mimetic parasite that is present in an estimated 0.7% of the human population. SCP-2456 lays dormant in a majority of the affected and is not contagious in its initial form. Possible signs of SCP-2456 infection include an affinity towards astrology, astronomy, and/or various pseudosciences, an increased proficiency in speaking foreign dialects, particularly those in the Balto-Slavic and Afro-Asiatic regions, prolonged episodes of acute psychosis and paranoia, OCD, and a high attention span for geometrical shapes, patterns, and sequences of 5, dissociative identity disorder. SCP-2456 will leave its dormant state once several stress triggers have been activated, and the subject will then undergo an A-event. The subject will fall into a period of advanced REM sleep, lasting up to 3 to 4 days. After awaking, A-instances will claim to have had a series of vivid, cryptic dreams. These consist of visions of past prophets from assorted theologies being executed by a saber or sword, and celestial bodies, quote-unquote, dancing in the sky. The SCP-2456 strain, as found in an A-instances, can be eliminated with the use of Class D amnestics during this time. Following the A-event, the subject relapses back into a 6-day to 6-year dormancy followed by their B-state. During this state, the A-instance will begin preaching 2456-1, an abstract theology that is the only known transmissible form of 2456. Subjects infected in this way are referred to as B-instances. Infection rates are high in observed subjects, with an approximate 70% success rate at a 4% fall-off. Knowledge of 2456-1 and of its core components is not contagious. Infection requires direct auditory contact with an A-instance or B-instance, and the victim must have strong pre-existing religious beliefs beforehand. SCP-2456-1 is always monostatic in nature and can be characterized by several distinguishable qualities. SCP-2456-1 will begin as a variation of an existing theology. The number 5 will appear frequently in written doctrine. Godhead figures are synonymous with the sun and are believed to bring about a future apocalypse. Mentions of a non-existent sea uncommonly appear in scripture. Foundation research is currently searching for a correlation with SCP-. Many references to celestial objects based on existing astronomical knowledge at the time. The appearance of hands in regular quadrilaterals in religious icons and symbols. Religious symbols of the sun have some limited form of mathematical significance. SCP-2456-1 has a weak reality warping effect that varies with every iteration, and in its initial state is virtually harmless. With every new B-instance created, this effect grows exponentially in radius and strength. 2456-1 also incites violence and aggression, commonly leading to self-mutilation and warlike behavior among the infected. B-instances actively seek out the uninfected and will either spread 2456 infection or attempt to murder them. Dormant SCP-2456-A instances are immune to infection by SCP-2456-1 and may aggressively react if exposed. However, exposure to SCP-2456-1 causes stress in the subject and will increase the chances of 2456 activation. If 2 active A-instances ever come into contact, then no 2456-A instance has been successful in infecting more than 5% of the existing human population. Current Foundation simulations indicate a CK class end-of-the-world scenario if 2456 infection rates ever exceed 7%, with the contagion becoming virulent to the point where treatment becomes impossible. In addition to this, 2456-1's reality warping effect is likely to fracture the integrity of space-time at those levels. If infection rates exceed 96%, 2456-1 is predicted to discovery. SCP-2456 was first discovered by an unscheduled raid on a Serpent's Hand base in Eugene, Oregon on 06/10/2016. MTF Tau 9 Bookworms was charged with the acquisition of a copy of SCP, which was believed to have been stowed in an abandoned industrial warehouse. Serpent's Hand members were discovered inside upon break and entry, and a firefight ensued. Foundation casualties totaled 11. After recovery of SCP and other anomalous artifacts, a wooden crate was found next to a furnace with the lettering "Fifth Cycle of the Mind" stamped onto its side. The cache was discovered to contain numerous fifthist texts, including an extra copy of SCP and a weathered note which read, "George, this is our latest catch. Please burn these as soon as you can, at your discretion. Don't let the idiots find this." At the bottom of the stockpile, several aged manuscripts were uncovered that detailed past 246-1 instances and alarmed Foundation historians about a possible unidentified SCP. Item number SCP-504. Object Class Safe. Special Containment Procedures. All seeds, plants, fruit, crossbreeds, and other products of SCP-504 are to be classified as SCP-504. 504 seeds need no special containment other than to prevent misuse by unauthorized personnel. Grown SCP-504 plants and their fruit should be kept in soundproof rooms. Guards and researchers assigned to maturing or growing 504 are to be equipped with radio-enabled masks, which insulate non-transmitted sound, and are to be instructed to avoid attempts at humor. Description: SCP-504 is a species of tomato physically and genetically identical to that of the typical commercially grown tomato. It was recovered in Kentucky after a woman reported to the police that her farmer husband had been murdered by his lunch. The Foundation is currently working to identify and destroy loose strains of 504 in the surrounding commercial farming areas. When a poor attempt at humor is made verbally within human hearing range of 504's tomatoes, they instantly accelerate to a speed of at least 100 miles per hour in the direction of the sound source. Only mature tomatoes, separated from their vines and less than 10% rotted or chemically compromised, exhibit this effect once each. Tomatoes do not have to be physically intact, though ingested tomatoes are usually insulated enough from sound to prevent their effects before neutralization by stomach acid. SCP-504 tomatoes seem to reach speeds relative to the inciting attempt at humor. Relevant variables seem to include corniness, humor to length ratio,